Okay, well,
Right.
can I ask a question? Because, sorry, what I'm fascinated to know is, if you decided to sign up to the float tank idea, okay, you can design your perfect life.
But I prefer not to know I'm doing it.
No, you
won't
won't.
know.
But I
You
want to
won't
ask
know.
this question. Imagine Ricky and I are the doctors, okay? We can put you in this tank. All we need to know from you now is what your perfect life is. We're going to program it in the computer. You're going to wake up tomorrow. You won't know this conversation's happened. You'll have the perfect life. What, if you don't mind, we're going to take notes now. What is the perfect life? You're still obviously living with Suzanne.
We've got
but
munches.
What else?
We've got munches and we've got sunshine.
But what else would you like in your magical life your ultimate life?
I think I prefer...
Hair?
No, because then I'd know it's not real.
No, you would
wouldn't
never know.
It just came back. Suzanne comes in one day and goes, "Why aren't you working?" She goes, "Look, okay, I've left my job. Can we leave there? Why am I at work? I'm always going to be here, right? I've got a new tonic, right, from Boots. She pops it on your hair. Boop, baby gorilla."
Yeah, I don't like this idea of suddenly Suzanne's never at work. I just think you need a bit of the badness to have the goodness.
Right.
Right. In a minute, you're going to be injected in the head, you're going to go to sleep, you're going to be in a floating state, but you are going to suddenly leave this office and it's going to be a virtual world. You can do what you want. You can suddenly go, "What was I hanging around with that bloke off the office for? I'm a spy." You go to MI5 and they go, "Thanks for coming in, Pilkington. Listen, Drosky, he's coming from Russia and he's got the bang. What do you do? What's your scenario? What do you do as a job? We've got munches. Suzanne's never at work."
I prefer to leave everything as it is.
Brilliant.
Go in it, but have everything the same so that I'm going, hang on a minute, has it actually happened?
What are you talking about?
No, you don't know about this. You don't know anything that's happened.
No, because you've just said you're gonna put me in the tank and you're asking questions as to what I want when I get in it.
But you won't know you're in the tank.
Once you're in the tank, you won't know. You'll have a new life, a life that you've designed.
Yes.
You'd have different memories if you wanted. You could be 5 again, or you could be now, but you weren't born in Manchester.
I prefer it to be the same, with the same memories, but the difference is, when I next get British Gas round, they go, "Oh, Mr. Pilkington, yes, the boiler is fixed."
So he'd like to have a virtual life, so his boiler's fixed!
No,
Yeah, but so your boiler still goes wrong in your dream, but it gets fixed.
But you don't even need a boiler! You can be the perfect temperature all
But
the
live in the
time.
Caribbean anymore. I don't like the idea of too much change. I don't want that much of a change.
But
to
you
my life.
won't realise, it won't feel like change.
Well, it's changed already. You're saying the boiler's been fixed like that. I prefer to still have that problem. Go, hang on a minute, is this different? Suzanne's still going to work.
Right.
That's very important.
But then,
You don't want her around all day.
but then, things happen that wouldn't have happened in this world.
Go on, then. Right, okay, let's write that. Well, let's see the differences. What do you do? Because I've got to program this. So you've got the same job, all that. Are we still around?
Yeah, because it's part of.
I'm going to ask you a question now. Do I still squeeze your head every time I see you, rest you to the ground, and wind you up, try and stress you out, call you at all hours? Do I still do all that? What am I like?
You're still the same, and you still do that, but maybe one day I go, "Don't do that anymore," because it does annoy me. And you go, "Okay." And then I've dealt with it. I've sorted that problem, as opposed to this machine, this tank deciding.
Right.
I don't like the idea of this tank making life good for me.
Right.
I want a few problems, and if there's a problem, I want to sort it.
Okay.
But
Well, you've hit the nail on the head there. We're going to go back to this because it's fascinating. But Nozick concluded that no one would get into the tank because we'd rather have a real life with all its problems than a fake life. And I sort of think you've proved that by even getting into the tank with your provisos and scenarios. I mean, you've changed nothing except your boiler being fixed and me stop squeezing your head now and again, which makes me think that you should have your boiler fixed. And then you will have the perfect life that you can imagine.
yeah, but it's that old chestnut, isn't it? It's the thing of like, what's my problem then? You've got the problem gene in your head. You've got to fill it with a problem.
Yeah, he's not a geneticist.
Got the problem hole in your head.
No, it's
Got the problem hole in your head. Shut up, Ricky. Let him say what he needs to say. He's got a problem hole in his head.
He's got a problem hole in his head. It's called his mouth.
Yes.
Right, that is your problem hole.
So, if someone comes up and they go, "I've fixed your boiler."
Sorry, could I just ask
let him speak.
Let me ask one question, Steve. Is the problem hole different from the problem gene, or is that a new term for...
No, you put things through the problem hole and they end up in the problem gene. You feed something in the problem hole.
Is that right, Carl?
It goes through the problem tube into the problem gene.
Okay, so it's down the problem conduit. Okay, go on. Right. So it's better to have. You've got a problem hole in your head, right?
Yeah. So you stuff in a problem into the problem hole.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
Now all the little problems can't get in because of the big problem.
Right. Is that good or bad? It's a
But
good
that's
thing to
not true,
laugh.
is
The
it?
problem hole is a standard size on everyone.
Right. No, but that's
Shut
not.
up, Ricky. Let him explain.
Now, Ricky, I'd say his problems are not even problems.
Well, how big's his problem hole?
Same size as mine.
Same size as
okay.
yours.
But his problems are all little ones. They're like, you've got like a load of Skittles. I've got a big cream egg.
Right, but why?
Shut up! Let him speak. He's just expanding on his idea. Why?
But what is his problem? What is your problem that's so big compared to my little
Loads
Skittles?
of problems. You get stressed out about things that I'm like, what's up with you? You get annoyed easily with stuff. People chewing loudly, or someone breathing loudly, or someone coughing. Whereas I'm like, that doesn't matter. Like you say, to you, the boiler is like, get it ripped out, put a new one in. It's not as easy as that.
It is.
And that's why the problem ball is growing.
It's got a gene, a ball, and a hole.
So the problem ball.
No wonder there's no fucking room for a brain.
Right, shut up. Let me ask. I want to clarify this. The problem ball exists in life. That gets bigger and bigger and bigger. It has to go through the problem hole, down the problem tube, into the problem gene.
Into the problem gene.
Right, now then. So you've got the problem ball. Everyone's problem hole is the same size.
Everyone's.
But some people's problems are smaller, so they can slip straight into the problem hole.
I've got a question, Stephen.
Wait.
And listen, has anyone got a pair of problem balls, or is it always just?
Because ladies have a pair of problem balls?
No, because Hitler had one problem ball, didn't he? But could anyone ever have a pair of problem balls? Is my question to you.
And some people's problem balls are much bigger than another man's or another woman's, right?
Yeah,
Right.
depending on the problem.
So you could have a pair of problem balls and one problem hole.
The way I'm saying it,
supposing I came to you and said, listen,
But a man starving in a foreign country, he might have huge problem balls.
he might have, but if I went to a doctor and said I've got a problem hole, and the doctor said, well, let me see it, and he said, well, let me see your problem hole, and hanging down in front of my problem hole was a huge pair of problem balls. What would he treat first? Is my question.
Well, would he look into the problem hole?
He said, he'd say, take your problem genes off. Right? I want to see your problem hole clearly.
But he would put his hand or his finger into the problem hole to try and remove the problem ball, wouldn't he?
He could feel the problem balls, but he'd have to insert his finger into the problem hole, wouldn't he?
Right.
Okay, so Carl, go on then.
I'll just get in the tank.
Oh, God. Okay, so in a roundabout way, back to cogito ergo sum, I think therefore I am. Descartes, pondering, how do I know this isn't a dream? Well, he concluded he doesn't. When he took it further to, how do I know I even exist? He quite rightly concluded that, well, if I'm even pondering this question, I must exist. Whatever I am, wherever I am, the fact that I'm questioning, introspecting, thinking at all, I think, therefore I am. Because I'm even thinking, at least I know one thing, that I exist. That's all he said, Carl.
I don't understand why he had so much time on his hands to be worrying about this. At the end of the day, get on with it.
You're not doing shit all, Carl. So why are you so annoyed at other people who aren't doing anything? You're going out in the morning, you're staring at worms, at bugs, you're staring at the sky,
You're
wondering why it
writing
hasn't fallen
books
on your
that
head.
you're making up the books. That isn't researched.
What do you mean making it?
What is it that you're doing?
One of the chapters in your book about travel was Australia. I've never been there myself. Forget it then. Throw it away.
No, because you can still have
You make up
thoughts on-
stuff about a grub eating a biscuit. We're all the same. I mean, what is that? That's not. But I laughed.
Yeah.
So I enjoyed that book.
Listen, everyone like me who
That
bought
book
that
is
book,
absolutely pointless.
it is in my lavatory every time I pop in there for a shit.
Yeah.
Just take it off the shelf, have a little read.
Yeah,
Great
but
fun.
And I'm down to about 4 pages because sometimes I forget to get bog roll. But listen, that is a fun book to wipe your ass
It's
with.
a great book to
It
wipe
was
your ass
me,
with.
but that book was good for me. I don't
Yeah.
know if anyone enjoyed it, but I was emptying my worry hole. And at the end of the day,
I have a problem hole.
emptying
Hold
your
on.
worry hole.
Is that different to the problem hole? Your worry hole.
it's next to it.
Once the problem ball is being processed through the hole, is it deposited through the worry hole?
All I'm saying is, you're right, I do watch a lot of insects and stuff, and you never see them wasting time. They're always doing something. An ant's carrying something somewhere. Sometimes I watch it and it goes somewhere and comes back again. You think, does it know what it's doing? But at least it's trying.
What do you...
Now, if there was a
What is it doing, though? What is that ant doing?
work, it's building a house, or...
What's the point? It's everything it does is pointless.
How can you say that?
It's pointless.
I'll tell you what, if there was a bigger sort of being looking over the world and they went, right, let's look at the human race, and, well, they'd look at the ants first and they go, right, they've got their hands full, they're carrying big stuff, they try to save time by carrying stuff that's way too big for them, really. They could do that between three of them, but they don't. They're all grafting hard. Then they go, right, hit the human button. They hit the human button, they watch the humans. The amount of people who are just sat about doing now. They're reading about Amy Winehouse, Lily Allen in London at 2 a.m. So what?